Ready, set, go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Game Boys.
Game Boys.
Game Boys. It's time for our third date with Damien. Damien. Yeah.
Date me, man.
One more. You know what they say about third dates. They get pretty serious. You might not have time to browse Dad Book for a while. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Save and continue.
Do it to him.
Always help a friend in need.
Dad dip 24. Grow your own vegetables is cheaper, I think.
I think. I could, yeah. Get whatever job you want. Just make sure it includes health insurance. We live in Canada.
Yeah.
So, like, it helps some, but,
Yeah.
Okay, ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly.
Yeah.
He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him that he insisted we only communicate by post instead of through Dad Book. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Hanging out with that goth dad again.
Know it.
Heck yeah.
Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes.
Be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power.
Fair.
Have you seen The Lost Boys?
I have not, but I do know the vampires.
It's a trip.
Okay.
I don't know how I managed to end up watching it.
Is it like a movie or TV series?
It's like a movie.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
It's
I thought
like
it was like a TV series.
It's like one of those
Almost
like
had a
cult,
spin-off.
like B
Yeah,
horror
like it's a cult
movies.
classic?
Yeah,
Okay.
about like
Vampires.
it was like handsome vampires before Twilight. Yeah.
Yes, Amanda. I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse.
There are worse fates, I would say.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Turn into a bat. Is that how familiars work? Are
Depends.
familiars able to turn into bats?
I guess it depends on your, I don't know, lore for familiars you're
I
following.
guess.
I don't think...
What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? We're not a vampire, we're a familiar.
Yeah, we just...
There's
Pay
different
attention,
things, Amanda. Get caught up on your lore.
Well, okay, I'm off.
You taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat?
Kinky. One of those. When I'm out, you can throw away garlic bread in the freezer so I don't die. That'd be great.
Nice. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right?
That's my girl.
We've taught her well. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. We know him so well now. This is adorable.
This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black?
He's not even wearing that much black. It's like navy blue and dark gray.
Yeah, kind of like...
Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Okay. Interestingly enough, though, was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband. Her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not God, I don't know what is.
It's like, how is there not a My Chemical Romance song about this?
Mm-hmm.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life or something?
Ooh, we're getting deep. I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. Wow. What have you been through, Damien?
Home with some of our backstory.
We're unlocking tragic backstory It's the single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I am going to die. You are going to die. And life carries on without us. He's gonna die, which means he's definitely not a vampire.
Mm. He just dropped the carries on us too, which is also a staple of the, emo pop punk culture.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you feel scared?
Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era. And yet, funerals were major social functions. Major social?
Major social functions.
Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborately staged photographs of their dead relatives.
That's messed up.
That's a bit weird. The minutiae. I know that's how it's pronounced. I just don't know how to
do it in the accent.
Yeah. Minutia. There you go. Minutia of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting and occasionally cruel, but it is at all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think, is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Nice.
Well spake.
Well spicken.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I can see the moonlight and the bay glint off of Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turn to the harbor and watch ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I look to Damien again, and he can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry. I have to take this. Oh, his phone's ringing. Shoot, dude. So close.
No.
So close. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me.
Everything okay?
There's an emergency.
Lucian?
No, thankfully. But I must take my leave.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help?
Dads do have to stick together, right?
You know it.
Dads of a feather fly together.
Dads of a feather feather together.
Yeah. Dads of a feather feather.
Dads of a feather feather.
Then come. There isn't time to waste. Oh boy, what's going on? After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a run-down building on the outskirts of town. What's going on?
Where are we?
It's better if I just show you. Oh boy. Okay. I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript, I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. It's a vet. It's a vet.
That's what I'm.
There's a kennel right there.
It looks like very. Yeah.
Oh, oh no. Oh, it's a pet. Oh no. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks off down a corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of this seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound, like claws on tile. Or unless it's an animal shelter.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Definitely sort of getting some hospital vibes from this.
Yeah. Like a rescue.
Yeah.
I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff at the air. I think this is an animal shelter.
Yeah.
What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly, the lights shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I can get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. The frick is this?
Damien?
The lights finally turn back on. Hey, sailor.
This is a surprise.
Okay.
Mary, what are you doing here?
Okay. You aren't here for the fight club? What?
Nani? I don't want to get punched in the face.
Great, because this is an animal shelter.
Yeah, there we
Thanks,
go.
Mary. Great.
What?
We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in?
I just, sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter.
I mean, she's married to a youth pastor. Wow. Okay, kid, way to put me in a box. Dames, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. She calls them dames? Okay. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open.
Of course it does.
Appearing from the shadows, I see
Damien?
the honk
Not
is
me.
going on.
What?
What am I looking at right now?
Everything that I've ever thought in my entire life has just changed in this moment.
This is too much. What's with the glasses? What?
Wow. This is so... Okay, keep going.
Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. He looks much younger.
He does.
He looks like he could be an intern.
Yeah.
Or like a newly appointed manager.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think.
No, you're as goth as we think.
You're
You
exactly
still,
as goth.
Like, everybody's got their day job, man.
Yeah. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company.
Everybody's got their day job, man.
Excuse me? Then what are you doing here? I wear tennis shoes to work and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage
Is he still, like, gonna speak in the Transylvanian accent when he's...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just had the thought.
Are you implying that he doesn't have...
Like, it's something that he puts on to be goth.
Oh, as like a performance
Yeah.
thing.
Like, it's his part of his goth persona, and then he
Maybe.
listens to tennis shoes and walks in Bruce Springsteen.
Maybe he's still got one more vestige of...
One more little layer of pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the golf lifestyle. That much is true. It's just not all that I am. And I need you to know that. Hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attending to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia de Montmorency.
Wow.
Again?
Who's Duchess Cordelia?
She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors, and now she's unstoppable.
Wow.
Sounds like a good pup. When did she get up? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats.
That's just a sentence they put in the game and expected us to just go past.
You're just
And
expecting
us
us
to breeze past it.
Just brush over
Yeah.
sea shanties.
No, we're not going to. This is important
We're gonna
information.
zoom in
We're
on
just
sea
going
shanties.
over to the cats and singing sea shanties, and that's just what you do every morning.
When I came back, she had already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course.
Where could she be?
She always ends up running off to the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Okay. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart. Ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people.
Of course. What?
You're a perfect little peach, Stanley. We just don't want it to be stuck outside when it's cold.
Ah.
I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. Okay.
Oh man, I'm Nerd's house.
Apparently. At least there's other nerds' house.
Nice.
That'd probably be Hugo.
The ocean or whatever aquarium.
Mario Batali. Kale, Copy Dad. Mary's sick pad. Smalls. Who's Smalls?
That's, you see the alcohol. Well then, who's Mario Batali?
I don't know. The ocean or whatever. Cool. At least you're not other nerds' house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first?
Also, the compass in the corner. It's like...
Oh, yeah. Shit. We're going to find out where we're going in the next episode.
Yes.
Things are really... Oh, things are ramping up.
They're doing it to him.
Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching. If you have a favorite sea shanty that you like to sing to your cats, put the lyrics in the comments below.
If you work at an IT department for a realty firm,
if you're a systems administrator for an IT department for a realty company,
that's it. Yeah. Do you do that? We want to know. We want your social insurance number while you're at it.
Yeah. You know, just be safe. And if you haven't subscribed or rung the bell, those are both things you can do. We'll see you later.